Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the Mindful Foodie. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you are warm. In fact, I need a cup of coffee, but I'm lazy. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you are warm. It's winter. I hope you are snuggle, so today I am going to share with you what I am reading, what I have been reading. So to get started, let me just explain to you that it's only now, June 2024, where I am like so invested in reading novels. When I was in primary up until high school, I used to love reading novels and memoirs. Then when I left high school and I went to university, obviously the books that I used to read were school books. I didn't really read much, maybe one or two books that I actually finished throughout, novels, like throughout my university journey. And during that time, it was the time of series, that time where when you have a memory stick and then you go and ask for a whole season of a particular series. Like that time of the Big Bang Theory, I used to watch Prison Break. So binge watching was quite new at that point in time. So during my university times, Glee, those nice series. So instead of reading, I used to watch a lot of a lot of series, a lot of movies. So that was my entertainment at that time. And then when I started working, it was the time of social media. Yeah, both Facebook became popular, so that was me. And I think YouTube, I used to watch YouTube as well. So I that time I would yearn to read, but when I read like a novel, I would be bored after five pages. So at that time, I think I just preferred visual storytelling rather than me reading like words on paper. From 2020 up until now, I used to read a lot. In fact, I do read a lot, but I read for information, like for a skill, for perspective. That's what I read for. So now I am back to loving novels. Yay! I'm so excited about me reading novels. Last year, towards the end of the year, I read one novel. I decided that I want to start reading, but I just felt like, romance books. I felt like, what, I have my own romance. There's YouTube and whatnot. I don't need to read about somebody's love journey. Then I decided that I want to read suspense and thriller, and I read Rock Paper Scissors by, let me just check her name, by Alice Feeney. Yeah, I bought it, a digital book. Yeah, so I didn't like the book. No, like for me, I followed through with the book. I finished the book, but I was not happy with the ending. I was like, oh, what a waste of my time. So imagine, my first book that I was going back to reading novels with was just underwhelming. And I'm just like, I read all those pages for this. I didn't like it. People, I see there's a lot of good reviews for it, but I don't like it. So, and then after that, I tried reading The Kind Worth Killing. I got bored in the middle, but now I would actually go back. So now it's on my reading list again. I'm gonna finish reading this book. So do we have a synopsis for that? Okay, so this is the synopsis of it. It sounded interesting, and this is what it's saying. On a night flight from London to Boston, Ted Severson meets the stunning and mysterious Lily Kindner. This saying, sharing one too many martinis, the stranger begin to play a game of truth, revealing very intimate details about themselves. Ted talks about his marriage that's going stale and his wife Miranda, who he's sure is cheating on him. Ted and his wife were a mismatch from the start. He is the rich businessman, she is the artistic free spirit, a contrast that once inflamed their passion but now has more become a cliche. But now has become a cliche. But this game turns a little dark darker when Ted jokes that he would kill Miranda for what she's done. Lily, without missing a beat, says calmly, "I'd like to help. After all, some people are the kind worth killing, like a lying, stinking, cheating spouse." So it sounds like a very nice book. Actually, it's well written. The pages that I have read, so that's why I am saying that I wouldn't mind reading and finding out what happens. So yeah, so those are the books that I bought last year, digital books. This one, the kind worth killing, is by Peter Swenson. Yeah. So now this year, the books that I read and finished, I've read Power Moves by Sarah Jakes Roberts. So I have reviewed this one. You can find it on my channel. And this weekend I finished a book, A Marriage Built on Lies. This one, I'm definitely going to review it in my next book review. Before I started these books and finished them, I read Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter. It's a good book, however it was just too gruesome for me. I finished it, but I'm just like, am I doing this to myself? Why am I reading this? Like, honestly, yeah, no, the subject matter was just not for me at this point in time. So after that, I just felt like I need something very calming, very positive, like a love story. Like now I'm actually going back to love stories. I don't mind a bit of romance just to calm down. I'm just like, that book was just too much for me. And then the books that are on my reading list that I have not read yet. So I came across Katlego Malela YouTube page. She also does book reviews, and I just love how she does book reviews. I'm like so happy. And there was this video where she was talking about her favorite African writers, and yeah, that sort of piqued my interest when it comes to African literature, and I became so interested. And from her recommendations, I picked up this one. It's called A Family Affair by Sue Nyathi. This is the synopsis, whatever. Okay, it says, meet the Mafus, a close-knit traditional family with 3 daughters. As leader of their church, the Kingdom of God, Pastor Abraham and his wife Pumla are guiding the community of Baba Bulawayo in faith, while trying to keep the different branches of their family intact. Independent and feisty, Koliswa returns home after a hiatus abroad, hoping for a fresh start and a chance to steer the family business. Rebellious Yandisa has met the love of her life and is finally getting her act together, while dutiful newlywed Zandile is slowly becoming disillusioned with her happily ever after. The Mafus always present a united front, but as their personal lives unravel, devastating secrets are revealed that threaten to tear the family apart. For how long will they be able to hide behind the facade of a picture-perfect family? So this one sounds like a book that I would like a saga. I would love to read this one. Yeah, you can see it's still intact. I bought it recently, like maybe a week ago. So I'm really happy about that. So one of the books that I also picked up from Katlego's recommendations is Ties That Tether by Jane Igaru. She's from Nigeria. Let me just get the synopsis. Okay, so this is the synopsis. But why am I struggling to say this word? Okay, a 12-year-old Azere promised her dying father she would marry a Nigerian man and preserve her culture, even after immigrating to Canada. Her mother has been vigilant about helping her, forcing her to stay within the Nigerian dating pool ever since. But when another match made by mom goes wrong, Azere ends up at the bar enjoying the company and later sharing the bed of Rafael Castellona. Yeah, he's an Italian man. A man who is tall, handsome, and white. When their one night stand unexpectedly evolves into something serious, Azera is caught between her feelings for Raphael and the compulsive need to please her mother. Soon, Azera can't help wondering if loving Raphael makes her any less of a Nigerian. Can she be with him without compromising her identity? The answer will either cause Azera to become audacious and fight for her happiness, or continue as the compliant daughter. So it's a nice book. It sounds very light-hearted, like it sounds like a love story. Yeah, I've read the first chapter. It starts with a bang. It starts with an one night stand, like, yeah, and then it carries on. Yeah, it's a nice. It sounds like a light read. One of those chick flicks, I think. Yeah, it sounds like a chick flick. It could be a chick flick movie. Yes, I was exploring the writers, the African literature. I got this book, A Spell of Good Things, by Ayo Bami Adebayo. So this is a Nigerian writer. I'm so sorry that I'm butchering the names. I really am. I wish I could do better. So this one, it says, Wuraula is a golden girl, the perfect child of a wealthy family. Now an exhausted young doctor in her first year of practice, she is loved by Kunle, the volatile son of family friends. Eniola is tall for his age, a boy who looks like a man. His father has lost his job, so Eniola spends his days running errands for the local tailor and begging, dreaming of a bigger future. In this breathtaking novel, Ayobami Adebayo shines her light on Nigeria, the gaping divides in its society, and the shared humanity that lives in between. So I actually thought this was a man, so it's a female writer. It looks like I'm drawn towards female writers. This one, I bought it in 2017, 2018. Purple Hibiscus. Can you believe this is the first time I would be finishing Chimamanda's books? Like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know what to say to myself right now. So this one is by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, Purple Hibiscus. So yeah, it was during that time where I was reading only 5 pages and becoming bored. So, but this time around, I want to finish it. So this one, the synopsis says, the limits of a 15-year-old Kambali's world are defined by the high walls and frangipani trees of her family estate and the dictates of her fanatically religious father. When Nigeria is shaken by a military coup, Kambali's father sends her to live with her aunt. There she discovers life and love and a terrible bruising family secret. So I'm going to read this book, very excited to read it. And then another book that I'm reading, this one is not an African literature. This one is called The Guest List. The Guest List by Lucy Foley. Okay, so this one I'm reading it. I'm like 1/3 of the book in, almost halfway actually. In the guest list, on a small island off the coast of West Island, guests have gathered for the wedding. The bride and groom are online magazine publishers, Julia Jules, Keegan, and celebrity host and survivalist William Slater. They gather their relatives and loved ones to celebrate in true destination wedding style, with plenty of champagne and fashionable people. But as a storm brews, the guests and their shared histories collide with one another, and when the lights go out, a body is found. Between William's old boarding school friends and Jules' close friends and relatives, there's plenty of secrets and intrigue to go around. As old secrets get revealed, the question that remains is who did it and why. So I'm like halfway through the book, and at this point you're like, who died? And also who killed, So yeah, it's very intriguing, but yeah, at this time, I guess is it a she? Yeah, like I said, I'm surprised. I didn't see this before, but I'm like all my the books that I'm reading are female, by female authors. So she is at the moment just establishing the histories between the guests, and so yeah, the history, the personalities, the characters. At the moment, like, I still don't know who died, but we know that somebody died. And then the other books that I'm reading, that I will be reading, is Thicker Than Water by Kerry Washington. So this book I won it at the Unlimited's first year Bumili Dwaba. So I wouldn't have picked up this book for myself. So it's really nice to be gifted a book that you wouldn't buy for yourself, because you get to see you get to see another person's perspective, and the kind of books that they like, and you get to explore other things that you yourself would not have picked up for yourself. So I am so excited to be reading this book. And last but not least, I am reading this book. It's called Everyday Ubuntu. This one is not a novel. I bought it in 2022. But I feel like now is the time that I actually want to read it, the time that I actually need to read it. Alright, so Ubuntu means that if we can see everyone as connected to us, we will never be able to treat others as disposable or without worth. By embracing Ubuntu, we live in a hope of overcoming division and become stronger together, and in a world where the wise build bridges, not walls. So I feel like it's a book that I need in my life, because recently I have not really been believing in Ubuntu, because of how I've just experienced people lately. I haven't really been impressed with humanity, if we might put it that way. So Lena, I have just not been a person who is in the mood for being for being considerate. Not that I'm a horrible person, but just to go out of my way to make somebody feel comfortable. I have not really been in that mood. So I feel like this may change my perspective, or at least like make me see things in a different perspective, despite the disappointments that I have been experiencing lately when it comes to some people. So yeah, those are what I am reading, the books that I'm reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, have you read any books or any of these books? Write down in the comment which book are you most excited for me to read. Write down in the comments, like the video, subscribe, and next I will be reviewing A Marriage Built on Lies. I told you I read the book. Did I read the synopsis of the book? I don't think so, but you know what, I'll read it when I am reviewing it. But it's A Marriage Built on Lies, so it's a true story by Pindile Yende. So yeah, like when I was reading this book, I'm like, more girl, like really, how? But how? I'm a girl, you can't be serious. So that's the reaction that I got. I'm so excited to give my views on the things that she speaks about. So yeah, thank you for watching, and bye.